Hey, it's Keith, what's up? So let's get on with the fourth or fifth time of me trying to record this video. I think every one of them's been good. The phone's interrupted, this is interrupted, whatever. Yeah, so hey, so like a long time ago, like maybe, what's it been, like 60, 90, I was going on an ageless challenge, and my 54th birthday has already passed, and so this is an update. There were some promises in there of me doing a video, like every day till that point, and that didn't really happen, simply because you know uploading on YouTube every day. I watch a few people that upload every day, and like it just gets tiring. It's just like there's no way that you could have a life and upload onto YouTube every day, especially if doing the editing and all that kind of stuff. So what I want to say is I set the goal of agelessness, and and I made some specific details, and the specific details were not near as important as what the main the main thing was. And so I got to quickly talk about this because I think that the reason that my videos got interrupted was because they were a lot of crazy talking that I can fucking do. So a big thing that happened with me is I started playing live again, doing my music. I mean, there's a few like basic things that I know about myself, like this whole agelessness thing. When I got into the raw diet when I was 22, which was 1985, I'd already been vegetarian since I was 13, which was 1977. And it's just like I knew when I saw Survival in the 21st Century, even though like Viktoras Kulvinskas wound up maybe not being so. He's an amazing guy, but I'm pretty sure, like, they don't talk about it, but I'm pretty sure he's blind, which is not a bad thing. It's like, anyways. So the ageless thing, and it's just like I've really got tuned into that, and like with the diet, like I'm not taking any herbs, I'm not taking much of anything. I just feel like, and that's this card. I'm going to go through a reading that I had about like why I'm taking the trajectory that I am. The Emperor. The Emperor's all about four corners, foundation, strength, like unbeatable strength, like a kingdom. Emperor is the leader of a kingdom, and this is the kingdom of you, and the kingdom of your divine connection to God, and So what I'm trying to say is that like I'm just doing a raw diet, and it's mostly sproutarian, and it's a lot of it's dehydrated stuff, and of me just doing like what feels right to me, of knowing that I've always had the right trajectory, and this has nothing to do with lists and research that you can do on Google. I just want to really emphasize that, of like I've been this sort of like speaking out against science, and there's just so much science that's out there, and you just got to go, well, whose science is that? Because scientific procedure is basically, or the first steps of it, is that you're getting results, and then somebody else is getting the same results, and so like, and I can tell you right now that just because that's not going to be incorporated into this body or this collective of what people call science. And I've jumped back into Dr. David Jubb, and there's so much information out there that this guy is like a quack, pseudo this, pseudo that, whatever. And you got to take into your consciousness. In fact, there was even this dude that I think he used to follow me because I was doing whatever, and he didn't directly address me, but I feel like he did these videos. The guy's name is Charles T. Rose. I don't know if he still watches my videos, but went to a great extreme to like debunk two people that I still follow to this day, that I think are super important, and that's Dr. David Jubb, and that's Dr. Gabor Cousins. Of like, you have to remember that like if somebody's like this whole like direct connection to like, oh, this is the information, I'm gonna do some research, and I'm going to find out like everything exists. That stupidity simply says that you're assuming that everything is known. It's not. And then it assumes that everything that is known is written down. It's not. Science is establishing a baseline of like what, and even then it gets weird when you get into like what's it, quantum physics, and oh, well, you're talking about science, quantum physics. Of course, I'm going to associate with the sections of science that resonate with my like divine thinking, with my like total right brain channeling ability. Of course, I'm going to connect with that. That's what you do, and that's why people like depower themselves, is because they go, oh, this person with the PhD after their name, or a fucking FUCK after their name, they're like, like they wrote this book. It's like this whole starch solution and all that kind of like where were these people? Like I've been doing the vegetarian diet like since I was 14, dude. And like just because they wrote a book, just because of this or whatever, and where were these people in the 80s, right? So that was a nice rant. And what I want to say is that like getting into some of these crazy people, like especially Dr. David Jubb, people that broke ground, like that established new things, they were usually executed, put in jail. Like, of course, like just plug that into your like critical thinking and your way of thinking. Like that's okay. So I'm manifesting what I want, and a big part of me manifesting what I want with my agelessness is being aware of one of the three treasures within Chinese medicine, which is the Shen. It's the spirit, or the spirit is the purpose. The purpose and all of that stuff is like figuring out your divine purpose, your soul trajectory of the things that you're supposed to be doing, the things that make you feel good. And a big thing with that, with me, is the agelessness. And that ties in with the fact that I'm a over 50-year-old musician doing this amazing music, and I'm playing completely live without a computer, doing something that's fucking totally fucking sticking my dick out there. I mean that in a very like just kind of a very naked kind of way. Like nobody does electronic music without a computer anymore. And I'm good at that. And it's taken me a while. And man, go to my Instagram. There's a picture of me sitting there with all my machines, no computer in sight, with my little Vegan Life Forever shirt like wrapped up. That's my dream board right there. And so that wasn't in my list of things that I was going to do in my ageless conquest. And you know, a big thing that's coming up that I'm trying to improve on right now. So again, I had that musical stuff that I got accomplished. Not accomplished that it's like frontline, like everything that I'm doing, the primary reason why I'm here is not to escape of being some hermit, monk, Hare Krishna, Vipassana, blah, 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 all that stuff. It's to be a spiritual being. It's to channel in music. It's to work on amazing musical combinations, chords, and textures that move people on a deeper level, and not necessarily a kind of pop music, because that's why things are starting to happen for me at 50, is because I've left all of that, like I don't give a fuck about society. And that's a big thing that you got to kind of understand, of being in society but not being owned by society. And a big part of being successful is you got to go fuck society. Have to. Or you'll just be somebody that's wearing Under Armour sigils and things like that, and of having absolutely, you're just in that ocean of oneness that's the collective consciousness. So at the end of 2015, I was like, probably the most amazing year of my life, of making a lot of spiritual connections, discovering guides, discovering the power of actually living a truly spiritual life. I've been into spiritual life all my life, but it's a whole different thing when you really become focused. And so, God, I've redone this blog so many times I don't even remember what I said. But like, so while I was on Tumblr, I discovered this guy who was into yoga. He could do a lot of amazing poses and stuff. And then I discovered he was into climbing, and I was like, wow, that's so amazing. I basically acquired a fear of heights, which I didn't have when I was younger. And that's all to do with just some of the parts where we lose our soul parts, and you've got to get all of that back when you live your spiritual life of connecting in and getting rid of all of those like sort of darknesses, the shadow, the stuff that's like removed that divine vital drive, which is the Shen connected with, it's the three treasures. And so that's kind of a bit of an amorphous statement, but nonetheless. So I was like, should I get into climbing? And this is coming up on 2 years when this reading came up for myself. And so I laid out 5 tarot cards. Did I talk about? So the Emperor came up, the Hierophant, Fortune, Strength, Magician. Those are 5 major arcana that are like a direct message. And so I've gone down this road of like I've like tried fitness so many times. I don't really relate to weightlifting in any way, manner, shape, or form. I totally have a love-hate relationship with that. And currently it's hate. Started doing calisthenics. I was just like, I was going to join this climbing gym, which is actually down in the city, would be like a 40-minute one direction thing to me. And I was like, wait a minute, I have a gym in town. There's obviously a lot of work that I need to do. I probably need to belong to 2 gyms, my gym in town here, and then I need to start climbing like, probably only once a week to start out with, maybe into twice a week. And I just see all the metaphor in there of like seeing what I need to do to be ageless, and I have to do these things because it's all a well-rounded thing. Like I can't just do music. I can't just do music because it's like if I only do that and I don't pay attention to my diet and I don't stay sproutarian and I don't stay fit, it's like the 3 treasures. You can't take one of them apart. It's life, success in life, fulfilling divine purpose in life is all about a well-rounded program. And if you're just doing nutrition, fail. If you're just doing art, fail. If you're just doing weightlifting, fail. Like it has to be all of that stuff together. And then as soon as you get that together, your whole body starts becoming more conductive, which is why I say you got to be vegan, because there's no way that you can be truthfully like people can be spiritual and eat meat and like have and channel and be amazing and do, but I just say like it's the same with like smoking cigarettes or eating junk food. They're like, oh, this person's like smoked cigarettes and had like chocolate with sugar in it like all their life and they lived to be 100. Well, imagine what would have happened if they actually would have had a proper nutritional diet. The conductivity that would have happened. So I see this reading here, and it's been the reason I know these cards is because I took a picture of it and I was like, this is an important moment. It's just like the moment when I found my spiritual guide, Archangel Raziel. Got to remember that. The universe giving you messages, you have to pay attention. It's just like if you're trying to communicate with somebody, if you're trying to work with somebody in an artistic realm, for me in a musical situation, and if you're trying to communicate with somebody, and it turns out that they really weren't listening to you, they got that direct message from you. This is the case with me of like so many people I've worked with and I've become disgusted with. It's just like I'm a total like precocious little diva fuck when it comes to like music, but my output speaks about it. Like everything that I've done, like I work with people, but like 95% of it to 90, it's all me that's making it happen. And then if I'm communicating with somebody and I'm telling you what I really feel, and it seems like you didn't listen, then it's just like I'm not gonna want to like do stuff anymore. Like, and this is just my experience, okay? I'm not trying to I am a total precocious like diva, prima donna motherfucker. That's really obvious, but I have to own that I know like I'm not even a really good proper musician. But when you give me all these electronic devices and just the way that I do stuff, I can make shit happen. So what I'm trying to say is I'm relating that to the whole spiritual messages of like when things come your way, of when the universe manifests stuff to you and gives you messages. If you don't pay attention, it's going to stop communicating with you because it's not worth it. And so I haven't been perfect on this all the time, but I can goddamn well tell you one fucking thing, that I took a picture of this card reading when the universe spoke to me and said, get into climbing. And it's just like my brain and all my freaking neuro electricity and all this stuff is just lighting up the more and more I do what I fucking know, and I go, fuck society. All right, it's Keith. That's enough for now. My whole ageless thing is working. I'm happy with it. I'm not saying I look young. I'm not saying I look old, but I'm ageless. I'm not defined by my age. I'm not defined by anything that has to do with the collective consciousness of what appears to be a downward spiral. Bless everybody. I love everybody. I have no judgment on anybody. I'm not perfect with that, but I'm working on it every fucking day. So, all right, it's Keith. Support me by supporting my music. Links in the drop down. secondculture.bandcamp.com. My website, second-culture.com. Me and Jason are working on getting that right. I got a new Second Culture record coming out. What else? Just trying to do more, bigger, better. I love you. Bright blessings. It's Keith. That's all I have to say for now. Maybe some more videos later.